Hello, everyone. I'm the one person who sends you way too many emails, but I'm so happy to finally see many of you in person and see many of you who I've already met coming back. So my part is dedicated to walking you through the submission process as well as what you're all been waiting for, commencement details. So we're going to go ahead and get started. And as you can see, Jessica outlined the agenda for you, but I'll go ahead and do my piece. We're going to hear from Dr. Linda Fisher from the DSC. We're going to have the thesis editing staff come talk to you about the upload process through the graduate school. We're also going to have several alumni come talk to you about their experience with finishing their dissertation and where they are now. We're also going to hopefully take a little break, and then the last part will be dedicated to the financial aid office, who will walk you through the exit loan counseling process. So, that's me. Many of you, well, all of you, should have received this lovely packet, and there are lots of information in here that I hope that you get a chance to go through today, and all of the information that you'll see here will be provided to you in the packet. So I hope you enjoyed the citrus-flavored car air freshener. So please put it in your car or wherever you want, up to you. You have the agenda, and on the back is basically what I'll be going through. So when I begin, you can go ahead and follow me on the back side of your agenda. You have the graduate school paperclip, which is the very most important part of this packet, because this is what I will need from you after you defend. You also have this lovely sheet of paper that's titled What You Need to Know on one side, and basically the forms and procedures for your dissertation defense. So if you forget everything I say today, you can go ahead and refer to this because it will tell you what I'm going to tell you today. You also have the ceremony information as well as the frequently asked questions. So if you had lots of questions about commencement, you can go ahead and refer to this. It's also been sent out, but I've included it for you just in case. You'll have the Doctoral Support Center presentation. You also have the writing workshops that are currently happening in the spring, as well as the dissertation timeline, the ideal dissertation timeline, and where you should be. You also have the thesis editing process presentation that the staff will be going over in a little bit. You have the Education Library Services, just in case you need referral to the library. Dr. Jade Wynn's information is on here. You also have a permit to enroll if you need to enroll in the summer. So just in case. Might be a few of you, but not many of you. And then last but not least, you have the student loan PowerPoint presentation that's in green. So please refer to this as we go along through the presentation. So the first thing that I'd like to start with is your dissertation defense packet. So it's the 4 pieces of paper located in your packet. So let me pull it up on here and walk you through all of these details. Before I do that, I just want to mention that once you set your defense date, you will contact Margaret, and she will help you reserve a room. She'll help you reserve parking for your outside member, and will also provide them with a certificate of appreciation if that's something that you told us about. Once you defend, you are going to take these lovely documents to your defense and bring them back to me after you are done. So the 5 things that I will need from you after you defend are the original School of Education signature page, the approval to submit form, the documentation review form, the verification of completion form, and the receipt for your publication and binding fee, which is $115. So now I'll go in depth for all of these 5 things. So the first thing is, this is your signature page. At the top, you will go ahead and fill out your name under the direction of his or her, depending on your gender. The middle part is for the dean to sign, so that signature is something that I will acquire for you, so please don't write in the middle, just at the top. And then the bottom section where it says Dissertation Committee, that is where your committee will sign on the day of your defense. So make sure you don't leave your defense until all 3 people sign this form. So that's the first page. The second page is your approval to submit defended and final copy of doctoral work. At the top, you will go ahead and fill out all of the information. Your major is EDD, and your postcode is 100. If you don't remember these, that's okay, I'll fill that in for you. Just to clarify, your concentration will not be included on your diploma. You will all graduate as a Doctor of Education in Educational Leadership. Not TEMS, not K through 12. It's the same across the board. It's only going to be reflected in your coursework. So just to make sure that that makes sense. Your title is the title of your dissertation, and your defense date is the day that you defend. As you can see in the middle section is where your committee will sign. So again, please make sure that all 3 members of your committee sign in the middle before you leave your defense. As you can see on the right side where it says date with an asterisk, your chair can date it on the day of your defense if they choose to, or if they let you know that you need to make revisions or edits, they may not sign it, but still please make sure you submit all of the information to me, because I'd like to keep it in one place so that when your chair says that you are ready to upload, they will email me or stop by my office and date your form. This date basically tells me and the university that that is your approval to submit your manuscript. So I've seen both. I've seen students who receive the same date as their defense, or I still have paperwork for some students who have defended but are still working on their edits. So either way, please make sure to submit these forms to me after you defend. So the third form is your documentation review form. So please, again, write your name at the top, date it, and then your degree major, so EDD. This is basically a checklist of everything that you need to submit to me before I'm able to submit your whole packet to the graduate school. So I will need the 5 things that I mentioned, 4 of the forms as well as your receipt for your $115. The very last thing is also creating your graduate school profile, and that is a link that is located on the graduate school website, or that's also a link that I will be sending to you so that you can fill it out and send back a confirmation to me once you've done it. I have no way of seeing that you've completed it, only the graduate school knows, but I need to know because I cannot submit your paperwork until I know that you've created the graduate school profile. It's really fast, it's really easy, it's about 10 to 15 minutes, and you basically enter in your contact information as well as the members of your committee. Once you have filled that out, your graduate school profile is complete for the moment. Once I submit your paperwork to the graduate school, then they will let you know when you can upload your dissertation to the graduate school profile. So, and make sure before getting this form to me that you sign where it says student signature and date it. And then I sign the bottom. So the very last piece of paperwork is the verification of completion of the requirements of the doctoral degree. And this is basically a checklist that I have to go through to make sure that you've completed all of the academic requirements for the EDD program. So you've received a 3.0, you've completed the 794A and 794B, and that you've met all of the requirements. So please fill out the top. I'll take care of the middle, and then our director signs off at the bottom to say that we are granting you the EDD degree. So those are the 4 forms that I will need from you after you successfully defend. And 4 forms, and then the very last thing is your publication and binding fee. So again, it's $115. And you can pay it on the day of your defense at the cashier's office, which is located on campus. And there should be a map with the paperwork, so please make sure that you have one. And if you have any questions, let me know. You can go ahead and pay it on the day of your defense and bring it back to me along with the 4 pieces of paper on the same day. Or you can email the cashier's office and ask them to add the $115 to your student account, where you can go ahead and pay it off, and then they will send you a receipt. So either way works. I prefer that you pay the day that you defend so that I can have everything together in one place, but I understand that for some of you it's easier to just pay it online and not have to walk across campus. So those are the 5 things that I will need from you after you defend. Okay? Again, if you need assistance in reserving your room, if you need parking, if you need any AV equipment for your defense, please contact Margaret Cyrus at cyrus@usc.edu or by calling our general line. So that's Margaret. Summer registration. So this could get a little tricky, but it could also be easy. Summer registration is not required. If you took 794A in the fall and are currently enrolled in 794B, and if you're uploading by April 2nd or July 2nd, you do not need to enroll in the summer. If you enrolled in 794A in the spring, and you're enrolling in 794B in the summer, and are hoping to defend and upload by July 2nd, then you will need to submit a permit to enroll form, because we have to get you registered. If you enrolled in 794A in the spring and 794 in the summer, but will miss the July 2nd deadline, you must defend and upload your dissertation by September 14th so that you can be considered a fall 2012 graduate, and so that you don't have to register for 794C and pay 2 more units. So if you miss July 2nd, you have until September 14th. Your degree will not be conferred until the fall. So those are various options that you have depending on where you are. And again, if you are registering for summer session 1, the last day to add classes is May 24th. And if you do have any questions, there's more scenarios on the back of your agenda. But for the most part, if you took A and are currently in B, you will not have to register for the summer. So important deadlines. I'm sure you've heard these for a long time now, but again, if you want to be a spring graduate, you have to defend and upload by April 2nd. And if you want to be a summer graduate, you have to defend and upload by July 2nd. If you upload by April 2nd, you will be eligible for the 2012 Dissertation of the Year Award, and that's something that your chair nominates you for if they feel like you deserve the award. So again, the nominations by the chair are due on April 3rd, and they went out this morning. So I'll be receiving those from your chairs in the next, I guess, month. And then if you do receive the award, you will be honored at the doctoral ceremony in May. So, the moment you've been waiting for, commencement. So there's 2 ceremonies, and I've received a lot of questions about both of them. So just to make sure that you understand, on May 10th at 3 o'clock, it is the doctoral hooding ceremony. So this is the ceremony just for Rossier doctoral students, so both PhD and EDD. There's only 9 PhD, and then it's the rest of you. There's about 176 of you graduating, so you're going to steal the show. So on Thursday at 3 o'clock, you'll have the opportunity to be hooded by your chair, and hopefully the rest of your committee will be present as well. Usually what happens is Rossier asks you to be there by 2 o'clock to line up, and then the ceremony starts at 3. It lasts about an hour and a half, and there's a reception that follows after with snack. Well, I think they feed you. They give you good food and beverages. So you can plan on coming as early as you'd like to take photos, to do whatever you need to do, but just to make sure that you're there by 2 o'clock in Founders Park, which is just over here. So that's our ceremony. That's the ceremony that's dedicated to all of you. The following day is the general USC ceremony, and that is held at 8:30 in the morning, and everybody's invited. Undergraduate staff, faculty, graduates, families. So as you can tell, this campus turns into an incredible place. It's really fun, it's really exciting, but it's really hard to find parking. So you're not required to come, but if you'd like to, you're more than welcome to. It's first come, first serve. for both parking and for chairs, so it's really up to you. But definitely come to the Thursday ceremony. And just as a reminder, you can order your regalia by March 15th, or you can start renting on April 26th. You can pick up your regalia until the day before commencement, so you have about 2 weeks to do so. I think there was a picture by Marcella when you checked in. Yeah, if you can show us, of what you will look like. So again, you'll have the doctoral gown, you'll have the hood, you can buy a sash that says graduating class of 2012, but you don't have to. And then you have either your mortarboard cap, which is just the cap that you always see in graduation photos, or you can go ahead and purchase the USC TAM, which is symbolic and special to your doctoral degree. So what I've learned from many of you is that the most popular thing to do is to buy the TAM before March 15th and then rent the rest. But it's really up to you, of course. So that's really up to you. So again, just a recap in case you don't read my email, but all doctoral students will get a guaranteed of 12 tickets. All candidates will be able to submit a form and claim those tickets between March 19th and March 30th. If you do decide that you want more than 12 people to come to your ceremony, you can go ahead and enter the lottery in April to get more tickets. So that's out there. And just as a little side note, you can share your tickets. So if someone wants or needs more than you can go ahead and enter the lottery and get and share your tickets. So don't worry too much about that. Again, last day to purchase regalia is March 15th. You can do it online or you can stop by the bookstore. You can start renting on April 26th from the 3rd floor of the bookstore. And then last but not least, which is really important, is the commencement book proof. I sent out the email yesterday, so if you haven't emailed me, I brought the hard copy with me. So before you leave me today, please make sure that you check everything on the commencement book. And if you have any edits, make sure that you fill out one of these so that I know if you're missing your master's degree, if you're missing anything, that we can go ahead and take care of that. But your deadline is noon on the 7th. And I was going to quiz you on how many days you have left, but you do have 65 days until the doctoral putting ceremony. So don't let that scare you. I hope that excites you, if anything. And remember, you have until July 2nd to upload. And because even if you upload by July 2nd, you can still participate in the May doctoral putting ceremony. And now,